Alright everyone, and hello! Welcome back to the 20th Anniversary Monster Hunter Countdown. Up next, 156 Banbaro. He was kind of hard to get centered here. Takes up a lot of room. Armor set. Ooh, man, it looks good. You know, it honestly might be one of the best looking armor sets in Monster Hunter World. I was talking down to some of the world armor sets the other day, but you know, this one pops up and you're like, well, actually, might be wrong. I think this gun lance is from the no slap on weapon model pack. Pretty sure Banbaro is one of those, you know, we put a furry bit onto a basic bone set. Here's the Banbaro cat armor set. It shares some similarities with Lagambi. I think it's similar. Armor set itself, kind of a weird, eclectic mix. You do get offensive guard. Like, the arms are good. I guess you get Mushroom Mancer. Does he eat mushrooms? I guess. Probably. Gun lance itself is, high raw, blue sharpness. Shelling is okay, I guess. Weaknesses, you really want to break the horns. And then the horns are like the best hit zone. Weak to fire. Weak to dragon. Really weak to dragon. Statuses are all okay, I guess. The thing that stands out the most is stun just goes up incredibly slowly. It's only 7 seconds, but with how often it comes off and how often it like takes for him to shake off the last little bit, you can tell it really works. And Banbaro, similar to Beatotus, I think, is there as kind of like a bit of a tutorial monster to Iceborne. Especially if you're using a light weapon, or I guess officially they're called technical weapons. You know, you're going to be getting so many of these thorn pods. You know, whether you're using them as a wall bang or whether you're using them as a way to be like, oh wow, I'm getting a KO almost every other application here. You start to realize like, oh, the mounting or the tenderizing system can be useful. I feel like every other comment, you know, as much as I complain about World, I'll tell you, every other comment whenever World comes up, you do get a lot of people that are like, well, I enjoyed the game, but tenderizing ruined it for me. And this will just be my point, and I'm going to continue to say this throughout the series, especially when we're fighting Iceborne exclusive monsters. You know, tenderizing is definitely optional. It is not as necessary as you might think it is. Yes, if you're using full weakness exploit, or especially 2 points of weakness exploit, you really want to have the part tenderized. But, you know, immediately now on starting Iceborne, as soon as you've killed whatever, Great Jagras, Beatotus, Banbaro a couple times, you can gather the parts necessary to make the Clutch Claw boost talisman. By the way, that tree attack, that's like iconic Banbaro. Other than that, he throws rocks. Okay, let me get back to the rant. Not only that, with that final patch, and again, a lot of people ducked out of World and Iceborne before they even had a chance to finish Fatalis, let alone Elatrion, or maybe even fought Safi. And you're missing out on really some of the greatest fights in the series. Don't let a, you know, I'm not going to say it's 100% optional, because it's definitely useful, but don't let an optional mechanic ruin your enjoyment of it. Especially with how painless they've tried to make it in the later era of the game. By the way, we are just rocking this guy with Gunlance. An option other than hitting the head, although hitting the head is probably best with the stuns you get, the legs are okay too. You tenderize them and you break them, they actually end up being a pretty good hit zone. Funny thing here, this Beatotus interrupts him running away. And if you missed the interview, they said actually, you know, the whole reason they added damage numbers to the game was because playtesters didn't understand why they would ever want to go through and witness these really, you know, interestingly done turf wars. And as soon as they saw, like, wow, that was like, you know, a couple thousand damage, they're like, okay, that's not a waste of my time. In fact, so much so, you know, the original design philosophy behind World was, can you kill a monster without even using your weapon? Some time ago, I did a red sharpness challenge, and I'll say, basically, Especially with Clutch Claw and Wall Bangs, you could definitely get pretty damn close to killing a monster with no weapons. Yeah, there it is again. Bad item descriptions. I'm not going to read them. You could read them if you want. That's it for 156 Banbaro. Interesting monster. Teaches a lot. Good looking set. Not as broadly useful, but hey, what are you going to do? He's an early tier 1 monster. Be fighting Lagambi tomorrow. We'll be fighting him in Rise. Sorry, we do not fight the big ball Lagambi. Look forward to that as I look forward to seeing you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you. Goodbye.